You're driving home. Everything feels normal. And then suddenly, red and blue lights flash behind you. You pull over. The officer walks up, looks inside, and within seconds, everything changes. Their tone changes. Their questions change.
And then you hear, "Step out of the vehicle."
Because they found drugs. Now your heart is racing. Your mind is screaming. What do I say? What happens now? Can I explain this? And here's the most dangerous part. Most people make their biggest mistake in the next 60 seconds. So the real question is, what should you never say when police find drugs? In that moment, panic takes over. People start talking fast. They say things like, "They're not mine. I was holding them for someone. I forgot they were there." Because they think, if I explain quickly, maybe this gets fixed. But here's the brutal truth. Panic creates confessions, and sometimes the words meant to save you become the exact words used against you. Let me give you a real example. In 2019, a college student in Texas was pulled over for a broken taillight. Simple stop, nothing serious. But in his glove box, there was a prescription bottle. It wasn't his. A friend had left it there after a road trip. The student didn't even know it was there. But when the officer found it, the student panicked. He started explaining, "Oh, that's not mine. My friend must have left it there. I think I knew it was there actually. He told me about it, but I forgot." 45 seconds of talking, 3 sentences that contradicted each other. And just like that, what could have been a simple conversation with a lawyer turned into a felony possession charge. Because police are listening carefully. Every sentence matters. Every explanation matters. Every contradiction matters. And once those words leave your mouth, you cannot take them back. According to FBI data, over 1.5 million drug arrests happen every year in the United States. That's one arrest every 20 seconds. And in the majority of those cases, the person who was arrested said something they didn't have to say. Now, let's slow down and talk about the law itself. Because understanding your rights is the single most important thing you can do before you ever need them. In the United States, you have constitutional protections that exist specifically for moments like this. The first is the Fourth Amendment. This protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. What does that mean in real life? It means police cannot search your car, your body, or your belongings without one of 3 things: a warrant, your consent, or probable cause. Probable cause means the officer has specific, articulable facts that suggest a crime is being committed. Not a hunch, not a feeling, actual observable evidence. The smell of marijuana in some states, a visible substance in plain view, erratic behavior combined with other indicators. This is called the plain view doctrine. If something illegal is visible without any search, the officer does not need your permission to act on it. But here's what most people don't understand. There is a difference between being detained and being arrested. Being detained means the officer is holding you temporarily while they investigate. You are not free to leave, but you are not formally charged. Being arrested means they believe they have enough evidence to charge you with a crime. Why does this matter? Because your rights are different at each stage, and the most critical right, the one that protects you at every single stage, is the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent. This does not mean being rude. It does not mean being aggressive. It means protecting yourself legally, because here's what most people forget. Police are not there to help build your defense. They are collecting facts, statements, evidence, and remember, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Even if you are innocent, even if the drugs are not yours, even if there is a misunderstanding, the law works on evidence, not emotions, not good intentions, not how honest you think you're being. That's why your first goal is not to explain. It is to avoid making the situation worse. And if you're thinking right now, I'd never make that mistake, stay with me. Because the third trap in this video is the one almost everyone falls for. Before we go deeper, if you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. We break down real legal situations every single week, and knowing this stuff before you ever need it That's the whole point. Now let's talk about one of the most common and most dangerous mistakes: consent. Sometimes during a stop, the officer will ask a very simple question. Do you mind if I take a look in your car? Or, you don't have anything to hide, right? So it's okay if I search? It sounds casual. It sounds reasonable.
And most people say yes.
Because they think saying no looks guilty. They think refusing makes things worse. But here's what you need to understand. Legally, consent changes everything. If you give the officer permission to search, they no longer need probable cause. They no longer need a warrant. Your permission alone becomes the legal authority for the search. And if something is found, your own words, yeah, go ahead, become part of the prosecution's case.
So what should you say instead? Calmly, respectfully, clearly, "Officer, I do not consent to a search."
That's it.
You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain why. You don't need to raise your voice.
You just clearly state your position. Now here's the important part. The officer may search anyway. If they believe they have probable cause, they have the legal authority to proceed regardless of your consent. But here's why your words still matter. If you did not consent, and later, a judge determines the officer did not have valid probable cause, everything found in that search could be thrown out, suppressed, inadmissible. But if you did consent, that argument disappears. Your permission was the legal basis, and there's nothing to challenge. This is why words matter. Silence matters. Calm matters. And emotional decisions create permanent legal consequences. Now imagine this. The drugs are not even yours. Maybe they belong to a friend, a passenger, someone who borrowed your car last weekend, and your first instinct is, I need to explain that right now. I need to tell them it's not mine so they know I'm innocent. But here's the danger. Sometimes over-explaining creates ownership. Statements like, I knew they were in there, or I told him not to bring that stuff in my car, can suddenly connect you to the situation in ways you never intended. And now, what started as someone else's problem becomes yours too. This is because of a legal concept called constructive possession. And this is critical to understand. Constructive possession means you don't have to physically hold the drugs to be charged with possessing them. If the drugs are in your car, in your home, in a space you control, and the prosecution can argue that you knew about them and had the ability to control them, you can be charged, even if they were never yours, even if you never touched them. In many states, if drugs are found in a shared space, a car with passengers, a shared apartment, everyone present can potentially be charged, unless the drugs are clearly tied to one specific individual. So when you start talking, and you say things like, yeah, I saw the bag, but I thought it was nothing. Or, he told me about it, but I didn't think it was a big deal. You are building the prosecution's case for constructive possession, without even realizing it. This is why silence protects you. Not because you're hiding something, but because you're preventing your own words from being used to construct a case that doesn't reflect reality. And then comes another trap that almost no one sees coming. Your phone. Messages, photos, old conversations, search history. People panic, and they unlock their phone trying to show the officer something that proves innocence. Look, I can show you. My friend texted me about it. Here, let me pull it up. But that decision can expose far more than the original stop ever could. Old messages taken out of context, photos that suggest something they don't. Conversations from months ago that suddenly become evidence. Sometimes the real damage comes after the search, not before. And here's what most people don't know. In 2014, the United States Supreme Court ruled in Riley v. California that police generally need a warrant to search the contents of your phone. Your phone is not the same as your car. The court recognized that a phone contains the most intimate details of a person's life, so you are not required to unlock your phone during a traffic stop. And here's one more thing. In many jurisdictions, courts have ruled that police can compel you to unlock your phone using biometrics, your fingerprint or your face. But they cannot compel you to give them your passcode, because a passcode is considered testimony, something you know. and that is protected by the Fifth Amendment, which is why emotional decisions are dangerous decisions, because once that phone is unlocked, everything on it is potentially in play. So, what should you actually do? Let me show you two versions of the exact same traffic stop. Same car, same drugs, same officer, same night. Person A panics. They talk fast. They explain. They consent to a search. They unlock their phone to prove something. They say, "I knew they were in there, but they're my friends. I swear." Result: felony possession charge. Potential distribution charges from text messages found on the phone. Their own words used as the foundation of the prosecution's case. Now, Person B. Same exact situation, but Person B stays calm. Hands on the steering wheel. Respectful tone. No sudden movements. And they say, "Officer, I am exercising my right to remain silent. I do not consent to a search, and I would like to speak with a lawyer." That's it. No explanations, no panic, no emotional defense. Result: the case goes to their attorney. The attorney challenges the traffic stop, challenges the probable cause, challenges the search, challenges the evidence handling, charges reduced or dismissed entirely. Same situation, same drugs, same night, different words, completely different life. Because the goal is not emotional defense. The goal is legal protection. And legal protection starts with what you choose not to say. When fear takes over, people talk too much. But in moments like this, silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. So here are 4 sentences that could protect your entire future. Number 1. Am I free to go? Number 2. I do not consent to a search. Number 3. I am exercising my right to remain silent. Number 4. I would like to speak with a lawyer. Memorize those. Screenshot this right now, because when you need these words, you will not have time to Google them. Whether the situation is simple or life-changing, the smartest move is always knowing what not to say. And in real life, that one decision can change everything.